Okay, so today we're going to look at finding the greatest common factor so that we can reduce fractions to simplest form. Let's pick a fraction. Let's do 12 20ths. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find out what are all the factors for each number in the fraction. Factors are when you take two numbers and multiply them to each other, you get that product answer. So let's look. My factors for 12 would be 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. And that is it. Okay. Now, my factors for 20 would be 1 times 20, 2 times 10. 3 is not a factor. 4 is a factor. 4 times 5. And that's it. So my factors for both numbers. For 12, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. For 20, it would be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. The greatest, now let's find our common factors. Common factors here are 2, 1, 4, and I see that is it. So the greatest common factor would be 4 because that's the largest number that they both have in common. So if I divide both 12 and 20 by 4, I will get the answer 3/5. And both 3 and 5 I cannot reduce any further because they don't have a common factor. Now that is one way you can solve it, finding the greatest common factor. Now let's say we just found a common factor. If we found a common factor, it would look a little different. Let's say we're going to use the common factor 2. Okay, so we have 12 20ths, and we want to go ahead and divide both the top and bottom by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Now we have reduced our fraction to 6/10, but it's not in simplest form. I can again reduce this by dividing both the top and bottom by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now we could still find the greatest common factor by looking at the two numbers that we divided, the numbers we divided by. We divided by 2 the first time and 2 the second time. 2 times 2 is 4, which is our greatest common factor. Okay, let's do one more. Let's see, 36 over 50. Okay, what are my factors for 36? Alright, I'm going to say that's 1, 1 and 36. 2 and 18. 3 and 12. 4 and 9. Okay, factors for 50 would be 1 and 50, 2 and 25. 3 is not a factor. 4 is not a factor. 5 is a factor. 5 and 10. 6 is not a factor, neither 7, 8, or 9. So this is how many we have. Let's see if we can find common factors. Let's see, 2 is a common factor. Let's see. That looks like our only common factor. So we're going to go ahead and divide both the top and bottom by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18. 50 divided by 2 is 25. So 36 over 50 can be reduced, simplified to 18 over 25. Alright, keep practicing so you can really get really good at finding your factors so you can simplify your fractions.